So, hello and welcome back to an Elite Reclamation video update. I haven't done one of these for a while. The last one I did was back when the Kickstarter was running, which was, believe it or not, back in January. So we're now almost in June, it's the end of May, and that seems like a long time ago. Bit of a milestone, obviously, for Elite Reclamation this week, so I thought we'd celebrate that by doing a video kind of blog rather than the text one. So I get to have a chat to you guys and throw some ideas and things and bits and pieces about. So first things first, major thanks to all of you who are putting comments on the blog. They're really valuable, really heartening for me to see that people are kind of bought into what I'm doing, interested, chucking ideas about. So some of those ideas are being incorporated into the book. So I'm reading some of them going, that's a really good point. I need to think about that, and I adjust some of the text, some of the stories, some of the ideas, and incorporate some of that feedback. So can't promise that everything you write will be in there, but certainly some of the really good ideas I'm going, yeah, that's good, and I'm kind of mining comments and various bits and pieces for the book. Particular thanks again for all the encouragement I received from many of you a couple of weeks back when I hit my first rough patch, shall we say, in writing the novel. I really got stuck for a few days. I had a scene that I'd written that didn't quite work, and I was wondering how to kind of move it forward. I had to kind of jump forward in the story to kind of keep myself going. I went back and I looked at it, and it was okay, but it didn't really move the story forward. It wasn't pacey enough, and then I ended up cutting the whole thing out, and it was a bit demoralising. I really got stuck there for a few days, and when you're sitting there and you know you've got limited time, when the words don't come, it does drive you crazy. So I was a bit down, and a few of you picked up on that, I think, and it was great to have all those comments streaming in. So thank you very much for doing that. I really did appreciate it, and it made a big difference. I'm up and running again. Huge thanks for those involved in that. It does really spur me on. I know that you guys are behind me, and having that community out there, which is a subset of the Elite community that's particularly focused on my book, is just fantastic. I do need that support. This is quite a mission, actually. I've written books like this in this kind of way before, but having an absolute deadline, kind of self-imposed in many ways, but I want to push this book out at the same time as the game. Having that self-imposed deadline is really focuses the mind, and there is pressure there. There is you've got to get this done. I've got to stick to the plan. I've got my writing target each week. It's a 4,000 word target each week. I'm just about keeping ahead of it, but I'm having to push, and I'm having a few weeks where I'm dropping behind that, and it is a strain. I'm not whinging about it. It is what it is, and that's I'm aware of it very much. The process I kind of get through, but making a lot of good progress. The big thing, obviously, this week is I have hit 50,000 words, which is a kind of nice threshold. Doesn't exactly mean halfway, but let's take it as halfway through the first draft, because I'm aiming for about 100,000 words, so 50,000 words halfway, obviously, for those of us who can do maths. And it's a good milestone to have hit. 50,000 words is, I think, about halfway through. It feels also like about halfway through. I'm looking at the synopsis going, yep, I've done about half of that now, give or take a little bit of stuff. I'm just trying to finish off as we speak chapter 8, which does feel about the halfway point in the book. There's a major cliffhanger that occurs at that point. Lots and lots of things are in motion. All but one of the major characters are ready to go, and they're in there doing their thing. There's lots of intrigue, there's lots of plots, there's lots of counter plots. Everything is kind of in motion. As a reader at this point, I'm hoping you would not have a clue how it's going to end up, but you'd kind of know that all the threads were kind of running. So I'm pretty happy with it, actually, so far. 50,000 words feels like it's about right. It's fast paced. That's kind of sitting quite well with me as well, so that's really good. So I think 50,000 words is pretty much where we're at, about halfway, which is a nice place to be. It feels like I've kind of broken the back of the work, and it's almost going to be a little bit of a downhill run. Plenty of tricky stuff still to write. I've got some difficult scenes. I've got some major characterization stuff to kind of put in, but there's plenty of stuff there, and I've still got the energy. I'm still excited. I'm still having a great time doing this kind of stuff. Lots of other things, elite-wise, have actually been trying to distract me throughout this. I've got involved with the the Lave Radio crew, which has been great fun. So shout out to Lave Radio, well done. You're listening to Lave Radio, which I just can't say without laughing because it's exactly what I do have a whinge though. It cannot be. What do they say? You're the best radio this side of. Was it DSO? No. DSO. That's not right. It's not DSO, guys. Please, just get it's DSO. No, was it DSO? I don't know. I'm confused now. What do I want to say? I want to say DSO. DSO is what I want to say. It's not Disso or Dizzo or something like that. It's DSO. Lave Dizo Leastic. Got it? Okay. So that's my minor whinge. Other than that, I think they were doing a fantastic job. It was great fun being interviewed for the first writers' interview and the conclave stuff. I just get to waffle on about stuff on this radio show. I don't know why they want me back sometimes, but it's been good fun. So some fantastic stuff there. It's really exciting to me to see all the fan stuff that's coming out. You've got Mobius with his artwork. Lots of other people are chucking stuff in. You've got Alan with his music and the Escape Velocity radio series. All this stuff is still keeping us entertained while we wait for the game. And I listened to the podcast last night, the 9th one from Lave Radio with Ashley coming in from Frontier. So Frontier's plugged into it as well, and it feels like you're part of this amazing community of stuff, and we're trying to generate content to kind of keep people excited and keep things moving along. We're seeing the ships come out, we've got the newsletters, there's always something new almost every day. There's something to get your kind of teeth into elite-wise, which is just a great place to be. I'm really kind of enjoying that. So this is my little contribution from the perspective of writing my books. I'm having a lot of interaction with the other writers as well. Some good stuff there. Really good to meet some of them online and talk to them about email. Particularly there, Dave Hughes. One of these days we will meet in person. We haven't figured out how to do that yet because he lives up north somewhere and I live down south. But we will do that at some point. And there's lots of other guys. There's the guys in Australia and all across the world doing all these kind of good stuff. And it's great that we've got this amazing community of writers and contributors, and a lot of people are chucking a stack load of time into this game, into this community, for free and gratis. They're just doing it for the love of the community, for the love of the game, and just getting themselves plugged in. The amount of time the Lave Radio crew spend editing, it's just scary. There's no way I can do that. I haven't got that kind of amount of time. Obviously, we're writing a book, but then again, I'm putting in. How many hours am I putting in? I'm putting in about 8 to 10 hours a week on the book, on top of a day job. So that is a stack load of time too that's coming kind of through there. So that's great. There's plenty of stuff that's exciting about this community. What are we doing on the Writers' Forum? The Writers' Forum is we're kind of bedded in actually now. A lot of discussions have been had. We've kind of debated around how magnetic boots work and what we talk about in anti-gravity scenarios, and what happens when you arrive at a space station. All these kind of bits and pieces that are important for elite. And those kind of things, and it seems to me like a lot of people are just getting down there and doing the writing. They're just plugging away at it and working really hard. So sometimes it goes quite quiet, sometimes it picks up again. Loads of stuff coming out of the DDF which we're having to reference, and obviously we had Michael yesterday talking about the this is the pitch, this is how the game starts. It's the year 3300 AD, and we've got this new hyperdrive, and the Fed's over here, and the Empire's over here, and the Alliance is bigger and stronger than it used to be, and now we can go further and faster. It's all beginning to happen. It's all sort of set up, which is really good. Going back to Elite Reclamation then, so what's my plan going forward? Well, it's more of the same. The first draft is underway. I'm about halfway through. I've run out about half the time that I have for the first draft, so now I'm in the process of just cracking on with it. I've got to keep that kind of momentum up and get the first draft. What I have done though, which is really good, I've been in cahoots with Frontier regarding the contract that we have to sign as writers in order to make use of the Elite logo and the Elite information that we've got and all that kind of stuff. So we've been banging that back and forth a little bit. which is good. So that's almost ready to sign, which is great because we'll have to do that before we can get anywhere. But for me also, I've got a contract with my publisher, so I've had to negotiate all the finer points of all that kind of stuff and get that kind of ready. Now those are almost to the point where they're fixed. It's legalese, it's a bit dull, but it's absolutely essential to getting this kind of stuff done. So I'm just negotiating the finer points of that through. Hopefully get those off in the next week, and then they'll be locked and loaded, ready to go. So book is on target. Getting everything that we want from Frontier. Community seems to be right behind us. Legalese is getting plugged in. The only problem I've got right now is my laptop battery has given up the ghost, so I need to get an urgent replacement for that. I cannot get it to work at all, which means if I can't get that fixed, I can't do any writing, because I do all my writing on the train to London. My laptop is now only usable when it's plugged into the main, so that's my immediate problem that I've got to get resolved. But I'm sure I can overcome that with some spares and some other various bits and pieces. I would love to hear more from you folks. Anything else you'd like me to cover in the blogs? I'm kind of chucking things out there that I think would be interesting to you, and some of them seem to resonate really well, and others are a little bit less interesting for you. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you want me to explain about any things about the whole writing process, the publishing process, interactions with Frontier, interactions with publishers, anything about that you would like more information about. Zap me a question, ping me an email. You can get me through the Frontier forums, or you can get me through my own email, contact me through the website. It's dead easy. Let me know what you think. So where are we at this point? I'm halfway through. Things are looking good. I'm very, very happy with the manuscript myself. My publisher is basically very happy with it as well. His editors are sending me some red ink, but it's constructive red ink, it's good stuff, and they're making very, very big improvements to what I'm writing. But overall they're saying, yeah, it's going well, can we have the next chapter? Which is a good sign. They want to read what happens next. I'm very excited about delivering what happens next, so we're in good shape. So I don't anticipate any problems at this stage. I've got my laptop, and fingers crossed that we'll be able to move that kind of stuff on forward. So again, thank you all for your support. It has been and remains a privilege to be doing this kind of for you. It's fantastic to know you're all kind of behind me and rooting for me. That was really noticeable in the last few weeks. Thank you for that. More of the same. Keep it coming, guys. I really do appreciate the support, and I will speak to you when I've got some more amazing news to tell you. So in the meantime, right on, Commanders.